This is Austin Rivers, and this is Man on a Mission, Mome, on Home Team Hoops.
You know, we talk about that all the time. You know, that just comes with the territory. You know, when you are in the public eye, you know, and you're playing sports, people are gonna love you and hate you. But that's all motivational. You know what I mean? When you see people doubt you, you're just like, you know, I've been getting that since I was in sixth grade. People have been down with me, so I just try to use that to my benefit and just use it as motivation. About to get a workout in with my man Iron, man. You know, one of the best workouts out here in Orlando. Man, it's a big year for me. And I'm just trying to put the work in, man, because, you know, I've been putting too much work not to see myself do what I want to do when the lights are on in the league. So this is a big summer for me, a big year, and I'm prepared to turn heads, man. So that's my focus is.
Basically what we work on at this point, being that he's, you know, his third year in, we work on a lot of game-specific stuff, putting him in spots to where he learns to simplify the game and becomes more efficient with less dribbles, learns how to react and make reads a lot faster than before.
Just growing up, seeing my dad was just motivation for me to get better, just because I saw how hard he worked. I think what made me realize, like, to be a very successful person, not only, you know, as a basketball player, but just in life, you know, you can't ever get too high or too low. You know, when my dad won the championship with the Celtics, you know, he acted like he never won it before. Next year he was right back there. You know what I mean? He just pushed himself with the Clippers. You know, he got the new president job, or, you know, he's, you know, highest paid coach, all that stuff. He doesn't care. He wants to win. That's all he talks about is winning, winning, winning. So when you see, you know, a guy who has it all, act like he doesn't have anything, pushing himself every day up at 3 a.m., writing plays down, like it's crazy. It's the summertime and I go in his office at 3 a.m., he's in there doing stuff. So that just shows you, to be great, you have to be different. You know, you have to sacrifice time with your family, with your friends. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out to parties that much. I rarely go out to a club. I mean, I sacrifice all that stuff to get my rest and to be in the gym, because, you know, all that fun stuff will come, you know, later in life when you achieve what you want to do out here, you know what I mean? And besides the fact, this is what I enjoy anyway. So, you know, that's why I look at him and I you know, he kind of led by example, and I try to do the same thing for my little brother.
Here we go, throw. Good job. Okay, so you're gonna step back. Okay, create that separation. One, in and out. Finish at the rim. Ready? Here we go. One, in and out. Yep. Come on, one.
Everything that you do with your right, you gotta be able to do with your left. In high school, I was really dominant with my right. College, I was dominant with my right. Now, I'm able to go both ways, which I'm gonna show next year. So just continue to work on both hands, pick and roll passes with both hands, just catching, shooting, and always working on off the dribble mid-range. So.
Good job. Good job. Change. Good job. Balance. There you go. Change. Relax. Good job.
I realized I was going to be good when I was like a sophomore. When I was a freshman in high school, I made the varsity team. I started, which was really big because the program at Winter Park is really hard to, you know, play for, make the team. So I made it, and that's when I kind of got a sense where I was like, okay, you know, I think I could be a good player, but, you know, being like the #1 player in high school, being an NBA player, all that stuff, being in a position where I'm at now to do big things next year, I didn't think I was going to be here until, I want to say, my junior year. I started to develop physically and get really athletic as far as jumping wise and quickness in my first step, and that's when I realized, like, when I go to play pickup in the summertime versus NBA players and I was scoring on them, I was like, man, I could do just as what they do. You know, so if I get better, I could be that. And that's when I kind of realized, like, man, I could do this. And once I did that, I kind of like, it's like kind of you smell blood, man. I was like, I got to start working hard, because I know if I could do this now, if I work harder than everybody, then I could be really good. So that's where my work ethic comes from.
Confident dribble. Okay, when you throw, one between the leg. Here, throw, between the leg. Here, throw, between the leg. Just like so.
I kind of wanted to be the guy in Orlando growing up. You know, I saw that we didn't really have, when I was young, T-Mac was in Orlando, but I was too young, you know, when he was around. Vince Carter, I was too young when he was around. Amari Stoudemire, I saw him play, but he wasn't a guard, so I didn't really look up to him. But to see those guys make it, and they went out of high school, not Vince Carter, but the other two did, and Vince Carter went to Carolina, and guys that are from Orlando, I was like, man, I know, if they can do it, I can do it if I put the work in. Growing up, we had a guy here, Darius Washington, who he was a monster in high school, plays overseas now, has a good career overseas. So, seeing that guys can't play at a high level made me want to do it. And then I made it. Chandler Parsons made it. He's playing it, really well. Nick Kalathis is playing well. Shane Larkin just made it last year. We got a lot of players from Orlando that are continuing to grow up. We got players, that are supposed to be in the NBA, that work here every day in the gym. It's just exciting. And I try to lead by example and, be example for these other kids. So I'm just continuing to work every day. And, I know people see like the Pro-Am stuff. That's just on top of my workouts. I work out every day. And then the Pro-Am and pickup, that's all icing, kind of on the cake type of speak. That's just my third workout. And obviously, one of my biggest things has been lifting, just being stronger. The way the league's changed this year, or the past 4 or 5 years, guards now are so freakishly athletic. I'm a 6'4" point guard now. So just continue to get my upper body stronger, been lifting every other day. I've already gained 10 pounds this summer of just straight muscle. So I just gotta continue to get bigger and just better every day. Because it's good to fine tune your stuff. I don't go there working on stuff that I already know I could do. I don't go there, trying to go right every time, unless we absolutely need a basket to stay in the game or something like that. I go there and to work on the mid-range. I know some people, in the crowd will be like, hey, drop 40 or do one of your moves. I'm not there to do stuff against players that I already know I can score against. I go to the Pro-Am to work on stuff that I need to work on. Left-hand passes, mid-range, guys going under the screen, pulling up for my jump shot. I go to the basket like 3 or 4 times in a Pro-Am game. I mostly work on all 3-pointers and mid-range and free throws, so those are the things that I highlighted going into the summer, wrote down in my diary, and those are the things I read every single day to myself. It's like a black book that I just started, and I write in it, and I write what my goals are as a person to become as a man, and I write as what my goals are to be as a basketball player, because there is life other than basketball, and for me, I had it on my wrist. I had tied God, family, and basketball, and that's what I live by. Those 3 things. That's all I believe in. That's my life, is basketball, my family, and God. So every day in my diary, I just write down what my goals are, for that day to get better at as a player and as a person, and I try to achieve that every day. And then before I go to bed, I look at it and I can honestly say if I did it or not. And I have my future goals in there. And then I also have one page that stays the same. I read it every day to myself, and it tells you what you are, to yourself. I am an NBA player. I am this. I am that. I am this. To give yourself confidence, you gotta. So there's nothing wrong with. There's a difference between being cocky and confident, and you have to understand who you are and what you work for. I've put too many hours in these gyms to be out here thinking I'm an average player, because I'm not. I work too hard to believe that. I refuse to believe that I'll be an okay player in the NBA. I refuse. That's not gonna happen. I work too hard. I put too much work in. I see guys out there who have had success in the league that I know I'm better than. But talk is cheap, you know what I mean? So that's why I write it in my diary. I read it to myself. I keep it to myself. And this year and the years beyond, I'm gonna prove that. So
I know it's cold. Get loose. 1 shot. 2, good job. 3, good job. Here we go, 2 makes. 4, 1 bait. 5, step out to the 3. Okay, 1 dribble, pull up to your right side. Pull up to your right side. 1. Yep, 1, good job, same thing. Hard swipe, 1. There we go. 2, good finish. Hard swipe, right pass. 1, there we go. Good job, same thing. Here we go, 2 makes. Come on, boy. Good job, 1. Good job. Here you go, that's the difference between you and everybody else. You make shots. Focus on it. All day long, right at you. Bucket. There we go. Good job.
He's great. He pushes you, and he's he's been through a lot. He's made his mistakes in the past that he's had to learn from when he was young, and he has a lot of life lessons that he can help with kids.
Way to separate yourself. That's the difference between you and everybody else.
It's been great to work with him. He's played basketball, at the overseas level, so he's been around the world, and he's played against, tons of players, even players that are in the NBA now. So just to work with him and get advice from him, and
focus on it.
Be pushed by him. He pushes everybody. He sees things in other kids that they probably don't see themselves. With me, he didn't treat me any differently than he does with another kid. He pushes me just like he would a kid who's just learned how to play basketball. And that's why I work with him, because he doesn't cut me any slack just because, you know, I'm an NBA player. You know, he wants me to, you know, succeed just as bad as I want to. And he knows what, you know, I want to do in the league, and he sees that it's there, so that's what we've been working on.
Going out, in, out, in. Okay, between the legs, one dribble behind the back. You're going out, in, okay? Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Boom, between the leg, one dribble, behind the back. Right into a shot, just like so.
I mean, this is the hardest summer I've ever worked. I've been nonstop in the gym here at Rollins, or worked with John Lucas. I worked with John Lucas in Houston for about a week and a half. I'm going back with John Lucas in about 3 weeks. I'm gonna go back to Houston and work with him again. I'll leave Saturday to go to LA, work with this guy named JP Clark. Also work with, I might work with Rob McClanahan out there in LA as well. Play pickup out there with all the guys.
I think Austin has a lot of potential. He's a hard worker. He spends numerous hours in the gym. He's a person that likes to study the game, and I know they're looking for him to be an NBA point guard. And I think he has the ability to have a long time in the NBA. One, change. Good job. Corner, corner. Good job, boy. Way to shoot. What I would say, realistically, is that his will is out of this world. He has an insatiable desire and an indomitable will to be better than the majority. And that right there alone will definitely separate him from the rest. 4, 5. Good job. Free throw.
At Duke, when I had 3 games in a row where I really struggled, and my coach benched me one game. Coach K benched me, and you know, he was really, you know, hard on me and pushed me and wanted to see how I was going to react. And I had to come off the bench, and you know, they had it on ESPN, like, you know, Austin's coming off the bench, coach is not even going to start him. And you know, obviously NBA scouts were wondering what the heck happened, so you know, a lot of pressure was on me. And you know, I came off the bench, I had 20 points, and we won the game, more importantly. And he, you know, I played defense, I played hard, and that was just one of his ways to push me, saying like, you know, don't ever take anything for granted, you know, just because you could always be replaced. You know, you hear about, as I was watching the NBA Summer League, and I saw players playing in the Summer League that played in the NBA like 5 years ago, but they're trying to make a team again because they lost sight of who they are, and they lost sight of what they do, and they stopped working hard. That's why you can't take anything for granted when it comes to sports. You know, I don't care what I've done, what shots I've made, what shots I've missed, what people say. Like, you can't take none of this for granted. That's why I just let my work and my actions speak for myself. The past year and a half, I mean, it was a roller coaster. You know, I broke my hand my rookie year. I had surgery in my foot my rookie year. I missed like 30-something games my rookie year, so I wasn't playing at all because I was hurt. Then when I was playing, I was trying to find my rhythm still. I didn't have like my push because my foot was surgery at the beginning of the year. I couldn't really move like I wanted to, so it was tough for me to score. It was tough for me to make plays. I struggled my rookie year. My percentages were down. I was really hard on myself, so it was a really dark time for me my rookie year. And then I go into my sophomore year not playing, and it was so frustrating because, you know, people look at me like, oh, you know, he's a bust, you know, or, you know, why isn't he, you know, better than this guy? He was way better than him in high school, you know, stuff like that. And that's hard to deal with, you know, so I had to look at it like, man, you know, what am I doing wrong? Or, you know, why me? Why have I gotten hurt? Why am I in this situation, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I just stopped pointing the finger, man. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep working and my time will come. And someone gets hurt, and I get to play. The second half of the year, I averaged 25 minutes a game, and I played really well. My percentages were all high. You know, my coach was looking at me like, man, you've improved so much. So now next year I'm going into the year knowing I'm going to play a lot with my coach and my GM and all of them with confidence in me now. So I'm just excited to be in the position I'm in now and to show people how much better I've gotten and make that jump from being not that good of a player in the NBA to proving people wrong, to being a decent player, to being a good player in the NBA. And that's that jump I'm going to make this year, and that's what I'm focused on. I'm excited to make that jump that I did. And I think that's the biggest defining moment I've ever had. It was to go through the things that I went through my rookie and sophomore year and persevere through it and be in the position I'm in now to where I can succeed in the NBA next year. Being in the NBA was just one goal, but that's not even my major goals as far as a basketball player goes. I have so much to improve on, so much to get better at, and that's kind of just my focus. And you know, that's what we all push each other with, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like Chandler Parsons just got a big contract, so now it's like, you know, all right, well, we got to get to work, you know what I mean? Because, like, we want to be better than him. And I tell him every day when he's here, I still think I'm better than him, you know what I mean? That's just how we are. We push each other, and I'm so happy for him because he was a guy that was underrated his whole career, even till now. Until he just got that contract, he was underpaid and everything. And he just hooped, and he got what he deserved, and now it's, you know, it's everybody else's turn that's in the league, me and Nicky. You know, I'm going to try to do my thing this year, and I will do my thing this year and play well. And with God by my side, it's going to be possible.
One. There we go. Good finish.
From All-Star break on, towards the end of the year, I actually played pretty well. So I'm looking to kind of just pick up where I left off, but even way better. I've gotten way better. My shot has been my biggest thing where I've improved on. Where in high school and college, I could get away with it just because I was more skilled and better than people. But it was inconsistent early on in the NBA, where I've made it way more consistent now. Just changing little things in my shot, you know, I've just gotten a lot better. So I just have to improve, continue to improve every day as a person and as a player. And I know I'll be fine. So I just got to continue to work. So next year's a big year for me, and you know, I just have to be a guy that can come in and make it happen consistently. You know, my goal is to try to be NBA's most improved player and to make the playoffs. Those are my two goals, and I think we have a team to make the playoffs, and I have the work ethic for me to be most improved. So those are my two goals, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I know how good I am, and I believe in myself, and I have people around me who believe the same thing. And you know, I just play the game because I love it. I'm in love with the game, and I just try to put my work ethic into it and have fun with it. You know, negative stuff will never bring me down because everybody has it. So you just have to deal with it and prove them wrong and use you know, the negative as you know, advantage and turn it into a positive.